Hi guys, this is Ishak and you're watching Ahyat Property TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're still in the video series that I'm doing specially for the MRT, and there's a lot of critical questions that I'm asking about the MRT in the context of property investors and the general population in Greater Kuala Lumpur. Let's just put up the MRT project again, right? And let's just put it up, and this is a really wonderful high impact infrastructure projects, and as I explained, it really covers the northwest and southeast of the Greater Kuala Lumpur to a certain extent within the 20-kilometer radius of Greater Kuala Lumpur, right? But this is going to be the critical question that I want to ask. I'm just going to pop up all the MRT stations. So you can see those black dots, and some of those red ones are some particular ones that I'm having some special interests in. I should have changed the color before. But basically, these are all the lines, right? These are all the stations. All these stations. 31 stations right up to the end right there. So it's not really about going through all these stations. I want to ask one very critical question before I zoom in. If the target market are people who are not going to use their cars, and if this culture will not be able to set into the middle upper or upper class segments of the population, the real users are going to be middle class, middle lower income group of Malaysians in Greater KL especially, in particular, right? So let me ask you guys this: along the 31 kilometers, right? There are some projects along this MRT and the LRT extension which have new projects, and most of these projects are launched and they've already factored in future prices. And a developer told me, told in a recent convention, in a recent summit, that the land prices there are already 2017 prices. That means, the people selling land already factored in the whole MRT station already operational in 2017, and they're already selling it in 2013. They're selling 2017 prices. So naturally, if the land already costs so much, property prices along this line are going to be very expensive. And this is the most glaring fundamental problem that I see in the MRT line. I totally understand demand and supply. The amount of land near the LRT station is limited, of course. It doesn't take a genius to figure this out. It's scarce. There's a major scarcity problem about land, available land, along these 31 stations, right? Along these 51 kilometers of MRT 1. And naturally, because of the demand for it and the supply is being so low, the demand so high and supply so low, so property prices along within this radius are going to be very expensive. And really, the real question is, when it's so expensive, only a certain segment of the population will be able to buy them. And when a certain segment of this population, which is most unlikely the middle, low, and lower class segment, they're not going. If you're in the middle, upper class, you're not going to use the MRT. Hopefully, you will be using the MRT for certain occasions, but I don't foresee this culture going to happen very immediately. 2017 and 2020, richer Malaysians will still prefer to travel with cars, and hopefully, this culture will set into Greater KL people. But the glaring problem is that the poor, the middle income or middle low, should be located near these stations so that they can benefit from it. And you know how difficult it is to have feeder buses into them. So this is one fundamental problem that I see that's going to be a real problem. And a lot of investors thinking that, you know what, I'm going to invest in really high-end products along this line, and I'm going to rent it out, and you're going to rent it out 2,000-3,000 ringgit for small units, and these are not going to be the real target market that you really think of, unless this culture of real infrastructure really sets into KL people, then this could be a feasible strategy. But other than that, we just think about that. Just think about that and just try to reassess your investment decisions. I'm not saying that all it's wrong. I'm just trying to share some critical questions that you should ask yourself in the thought process for you to be a strategic property investor trying to make that investment decision. So that's just a couple of things that I want to share. And in the next video, I'm just going to zoom into some of the more detailed stuff and show you how I do that with this wonderful tool. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.